Hey everyone, it's Allie, and today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about washing your hair. It seems like so basic, so simple. Why am I even talking about this? But some of you might be doing it wrong. Now, I am a professional hairstylist. I did go to school for hair and makeup and all of that, but this is also just based off of experience in the industry. I know, again, this might sound silly because don't we all have experience in washing hair? Yeah, I guess we do. But take this as like a little bit of a guideline in case you maybe are doing some of these things that might not be the best for your scalp or your hair. One of the first things that I want to talk to you guys about is choosing the right shampoo for you. Now, generally, a good guideline on doing this is when you think about your hair concerns, what is the first thing that you mention? For example, my hair is dry, it's coarse, it can get frizzy, it's color treated, it's highlighted. So I have a lot of concerns. I also have lots of different shampoos. It does help being a professional in this industry because my hair can be a little high maintenance. I'm not, but my hair is. Okay, so I generally tend to go for hydration and toning because I know how to, I guess, tame my hair really well. I don't necessarily go for like smoothing shampoos. I don't look for volume in my hair, but those are just examples of what different concerns might be. Now, another thing is some shampoos are, say, for moisture, but not necessarily for color treated hair. So you have to kind of see what is your main concern. If you care more about your color fade, then you might sacrifice a little bit of moisture. If you care more about the moisture, you might have to sacrifice a little bit of the longevity of your hair color. Now, this is not sponsored, although pureology, if you're out there, I love you guys. But pureology is one of my favorite brands because they have shampoos that are all color safe. They all have an anti-fade complex, which I think is incredible. Pureology is my go-to. You don't have to have color treated hair for their shampoos, for their products. But if your hair is color treated, you're covered, like you're good. So for that reason, generally their Hydrate shampoo is my all-time favorite shampoo ever. I use that on a regular basis. Today, however, I am showing you that I'm using the Pureology Best Blonde shampoo because my hair was looking a little bit brassy, not about that life. At least I try not to be. Generally, also, you want to use like the same line, the same system. I didn't use the Best Blonde conditioner because it was actually in my other bathroom. So I did go ahead and use the hydrating conditioner, but I'm jumping ahead. So my point is pick the shampoo that is gonna address your main concern with your hair. Now, what you wanna do when you hop into the shower, you wanna make sure that your hair is fully saturated with water. I'm talking get it soaking wet. Don't just go in there, do a quick rinse and add shampoo. You want every single part of your scalp wet, all of the strands of your hair wet. Again, this might seem kind of basic, but sometimes we rush. Sometimes we're like, okay, good enough, let me put shampoo in your hair. No, you wanna really run your fingers through, make sure that everything's completely saturated before you go ahead and put any type of shampoo in there. A little guideline that I like to give is generally when it comes to like cleansing, anytime that water is touching your hair or your scalp, you want to be massaging your scalp. Now, there's a difference between massaging, scrubbing, and scratching. So do not use your fingernails. I know sometimes it feels really good to go ahead and like really scratch and all that, but that's gonna cause too much irritation to the scalp. It can also cause the scalp to kind of like dry out a little bit. It's almost like over exfoliating, I guess you could say, which can also lead to an increase in oil production, different things like that. So sometimes it's like a cycle. Like if you have an oily scalp and you go and you scrub and you're too aggressive because you want that deep clean, you're gonna actually be telling your scalp to produce even more oil to kind of overcompensate that exfoliation. So you definitely want to avoid scratching at the scalp. You can go ahead and use your fingertips and scrub. Make sure you get every part of your scalp, but do not scratch your scalp. Something that I thought is really cool and nifty is these like little scalp massagers. These are really great. I believe this is what I think it's made out of, like silicone, I want to say. I went ahead and used it today. This is actually something fairly new to me. I have not always used this, but I decided, you know what, let me try it out. Let me pick it up. And I like it because the tips are like flexible. They're soft. So you can go in and like scrub without like scratching with your actual fingernails. But this is a really nice tool. I think it's definitely helpful if you find it hard to not scratch your scalp, but this is a nice way of like scrubbing at your scalp and kind of breaking through those oils and any type of buildup without going ahead and like damaging the scalp. So this is something really cool. I thought it was fun. This I think I just picked up at TJ Maxx, but using a tool like this definitely comes in handy. Can be a little hard if your hair is longer because you don't want to like get it tangled, but generally the hair pretty much like slips through. You want to have like some type of technique when scrubbing, but this is a good tool to invest in if you are a scratcher. I know this can be a little bit tricky because I tend to like really hot showers, which is not good for your skin. It's also not good for your hair. So you don't want to be using super, super hot water, especially if your hair is color treated, especially if you have those like vivids, those pastel, any type of, I guess, unnatural hair color, jewel toned, anything like that. Hot water is not your friend. In general, like it's not good for your hair, but especially for those types of color. It might feel really good. It might be a nice little showering experience, but it is not good for your hair. You don't want to dry out the hair. You don't want to dehydrate your hair. You don't want to pull the color out of your hair. So try your best not to use super hot water. You want like a nice warm, even on the cooler side, to be honest. I know that's a struggle for me, but I remind myself, listen, you don't want your hair to go crazy, so try not to use super hot water. If you're someone like me, who you tend to stretch your hairstyles, you tend to stretch your blowouts and have them last as long as possible, you can and probably should be doing multiple shampoos. Now, there is that whole lather, rinse, repeat, right? I think most of us have heard that saying, but most of us might have that mindset like you just wash your hair and put conditioner. There are no rules in the sense of like you have to only wash it a certain amount of times. It can take multiple times of washing your hair to actually cleanse your hair correctly before putting any type of conditioner. Now, with that being said, if you notice that you're putting on shampoo and it's not really lathering and you feel like it's not really cleaning your scalp or your hair, before you add any more shampoo, stop and add some water. Your hair should have been fully saturated before all of this. If it's still not cutting through like that oil and the buildup, add more water before adding any more shampoo. It could have just been that your hair wasn't fully saturated before adding the shampoo. Now, if you go ahead and add water and it's still not working, this is where the lather, rinse, repeat comes in. So rinse that out, go ahead and add shampoo and go ahead and repeat the process. Scrub your scalp, massage it through, and you should be getting a better lather this time around. Again, you're cutting through layers of either natural oils or product buildup, whatever it may be. So it might take a couple of tries before actually getting that nice clean lather and making sure that everything is getting cleansed. With that being said, when it comes to shampoo and cleansing your scalp and your hair, you want to focus on scrubbing at the scalp. You don't want to go ahead and take your ends and roughen up that cuticle and go crazy on your ends. Believe it or not, the suds will take care of that. You can go ahead and run it through the ends after your scalp is fully cleansed. So don't go and start going crazy scrubbing your ends. Your ends have been through a lot. They've been here for a very long time, especially if your hair is longer. So you don't want to add any more trauma to the hair. So trust the process. Know that the shampoo is cleansing the middle and the ends of your hair. Again, you can go ahead and use your finger to kind of run it through. Just don't go ahead and scrub like crazy on the ends. You want to focus the scrubbing at the scalp. And again, no fingernails. Now, before you add any type of conditioner in your hair, make sure that everything is out, that there are no more suds, no more shampoo. Again, that general rule of thumb, anytime you're rinsing with shampoo and you're cleansing, you want to scrub. So make sure that you're scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing as you're rinsing. You can run your fingers through. Again, that's going to help clean the ends, but make sure that all of this shampoo is out before putting any type of conditioner, and get as much moisture out of your hair as possible before putting any type of conditioner as well. That's going to help with the saturation of the conditioner, make sure that it's going to be evenly distributed. Now, the conditioner, as it says, it's there to condition the hair. It's there to kind of repair and moisturize the hair. So you want to get rid of any type of water that may kind of water the conditioner down and you want the conditioner to do its job. So before adding any type of conditioner, go ahead and make sure that the hair is wrung out and the shampoo is fully rinsed out. How many times can I say conditioner? Now, with conditioner, it's kind of the opposite. You want to start on your ends, work your way up to the middle, especially if your hair is more fine, if it can get weighed down easily, anything like that. You may want to avoid putting any type of conditioner at the root or the scalp. If you're someone like me who your hair is super thirsty, I just load up the conditioner, load up the deep conditioner, anything like that. I just put it all over, but I still start on the ends because again, this is a hair that needs it the most. So I put it there, you work your way up. I do put it on the top. And as you can see, I don't scrub the conditioner into my scalp, even though I probably could, but you want to avoid putting too much conditioner on the scalp. You know, we just want to cleanse it mostly. You can also keep like a wide tooth comb in the shower and comb the conditioner through, or, you know, a brush or anything like that. I just use my fingertips. You can go ahead and use that too. Just go ahead and comb everything through, make sure that everything is fully saturated, and really take the time to work the conditioner through. Don't just go ahead and scrub it in, throw it and rinse it out. And what I like to do, whether it be a deep conditioner that is instructed to stay on for a long time or a longer time, or even if it's just a regular conditioner, I suggest leaving it on for a decent amount of time if you have the time. Generally, shampoos and conditioners are said to like work better as a set, but if you do mix and match, again, same thing with conditioner, focus on what your main concern is. So with conditioner, I could have used the blonde toning one, but it was in the other bathroom. So I went ahead and used the hydration one because my hair is dry, my hair is thirsty. So that was my main concern. So again, just like choosing your shampoo, ask yourself what your main concern is for your conditioner and choose accordingly. So yeah, I like to go ahead and leave my deep conditioner in my hair. I clip it up and out of the way just so it's not like falling everywhere and in the way. Just clip it up, do what you gotta do, shave, take a little bit of time for yourself, whatever it may be. And after it stays on for a couple of minutes, then you can go ahead and rinse. So just rinse everything through, make sure everything's fully off of the scalp, off of the ends, comb everything through, and your hair should be pretty easy to detangle because it honestly should already be detangled at this point. A couple of other things to consider, just little tips. Something that I've personally experienced is hard water. So since moving where I currently live now, the water was so hard, it was affecting everything, my hair, my skin even. So I went ahead and invested in a shower head filter. To me, I feel like that made a big difference. So that's just something to look into. Something else that might be helpful is go ahead and investing in a microfiber towel. That's something, I have like a designated towel for my hair, but like the, you know, typical bath towels, instead of using that, I like to use my microfiber towel for my hair. It's just, you know, it's easy. It's designated for my hair. I can put it up and out of the way, but it's also more gentle on the hair. It helps with the drying time and it just has less friction on the surface, on the cuticle of the hair. This is one that just popped into my head. Some people also like doing a cold rinse at the end to kind of seal the cuticle of the hair. Personally, I don't always do that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm not too sure how well that works, especially if you're gonna go ahead and use like a hot tool or blow out your hair afterwards. I feel like it's gonna open up the cuticle again, but that's just something that some people like to do as well. I don't think there's any harm in doing that if you do want to do that, you know, except you're gonna be freezing for a second, but that's okay. I think I covered all of the points that I wanted to make. If I am forgetting anything, I will probably do like a freeze frame and insert them here, do some type of voiceover. I don't know. When you go to towel dry your hair, don't take the towel and be rough with it. Like, don't rough dry it with the towel. It's just too much for the hair. Instead, you want to take the towel and kind of squeeze the hair and get the moisture out that way. It's a little bit more gentle. I also like to wrap my hair and put it up. So if you do this, just don't do it tightly. I think that does it. But yeah, those are some little pointers, little guidelines that I recommend to you when it comes to washing your hair. I don't know, maybe if you were doing something like scratching or scrubbing like crazy or anything like that, rushing through your conditioner, take the time and try it this way instead and let me know if it made a difference for you. All right, so I hope that this was helpful for you in some sort of way, shape, or form. If it was, if you enjoyed this, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know if this was helpful, if you learned something. If you want, go ahead and ring the bell for notifications. That way you get notified anytime I upload. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already. Be sure to stay happy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.